Just in case you guys don't know, it is dark days now for Anheuser-Busch, the parent company of Bud Light, now known as Woke Light, because Woke Light decided it was a good idea to actually disrespect their customer base and give a sponsorship to one Dylan Mulvaney, a biological man, who is masquerading around as a woman. This is insulting. Bud Light apparently doesn't actually want men to drink the beer anymore. They're more into progressive propaganda. This is all coming from, the left's push to push LGBT propaganda on you in every aspect of your life, and mainly the T's, the trans stuff out there. This was so disrespectful, guys, and this has been the hottest story out there. And it seems like, the boycott of Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light is working. On our live stream yesterday, we actually talked about how Anheuser-Busch actually lost $6 billion in value over this. Boycotts do work. And I do believe that people on the right need to keep going. Do not go out there and buy Bud Light. Do not go out there and buy any Anheuser-Busch product. They need to feel the heat. I'm pretty sure they're feeling it right now, but this is just a short-term thing. Now, if in the next month, the stock actually goes back up and they recuperate the $6 billion that they lost, then it's all for nothing. So stick to your guns. I said before, guys, when it came to the NBA and they were all in bed with China, they got into that NBA bubble, kneeled down for the national anthem, I said I was out. And I've been holding steady for 3 years now. I have not watched one single NBA game. Yeah, I probably walked into Buffalo Wild Wings and actually seen a game on while I'm waiting for food. But in my house, we do not watch the Marxist NBA of China. In this house, if I was actually drinking a Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch, that would be no more. They hate you. They hate you. And they're starting to really, really feel the heat for this Dylan Mulvaney thing. They need to keep feeling the heat. Do not let up, folks. Because right now, guys, Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, they are panicking right now. One thing that business owners don't like is losing money, losing value. Right now, they're losing value. Also, the store shelves. When it comes to Bud Light, yeah, the shelves are still filled with Bud Light. People are not buying Woke Light beer because Bud Light, they just decided, you know what? We're just going to slap our customers in the face with this whole Dylan Mulvaney thing. This is a classic case of get woke and go broke. Look on out, kid guys. Times may be changing over there at Bud Light. This is how much they're panicking right now. Look at this. Bud Light to pause marketing and adjust influencer partnerships after Dylan Mulvaney fallout. Yeah, they were probably thinking, you know what? We need to be on the right side of history and push this to our customers, and the customers have rejected it. I'm loving this, guys. I'm loving this. Let's read some of this. Bud Light must be feeling the heat from its disastrous partnership with trans grifter Dylan Mulvaney. The company has been under fire since embracing decision to create a special commemorative beer can for Mulvaney. Naturally, Mulvaney then shared the can on social media. Of course, Dylan Mulvaney was going to do this. More attention, more eyes. And guys, right now, I believe that Dylan Mulvaney is more popular than ever. But hey, he got paid. Now, of course, Dylan Mulvaney is getting a lot of backlash. But still, at the end of the day, Bud Light, Nike, they paid this man. It says here, the decision has been associated with a $5 billion drop in market cap for Bud Light in just a few weeks. The Daily Wire reported Thursday on further details from what happened inside the company and the fallout from the bizarre decision-making. According to sources close to the situation, no one at senior executive level at Bud Light knew that the partnership existed. Now, let me repeat that again. The bigwigs at Bud Light had no idea. But remember, the company actually came out and they were actually defending this thing, Nike and Bud Light. But senior management, the higher ups, I'm assuming the CEO, had no idea that this partnership existed. Now I know that Bud Light probably is definitely a big company, but you would actually think, something like this, especially something this controversial, actually would have to go through upper management. But apparently that's not the case right here. And honestly, if I'm upper management, man, I'm looking to fire some people. I am. If I was actually running a company and somebody beneath me went out and did something like this, yeah, I believe heads would roll. I would be very, very upset, guys, if this happened under my watch. But will anybody actually lose their job over this? Time will tell, man. And the only way that people will start losing their job, if the sales keep declining and the stock value of Anheuser-Busch continues to go down. That means that people need to boycott more than just Bud Light. They're going to have to go out there and boycott all of Anheuser-Busch products. Now, of course, even myself, off the top of my head, I do not know all of the companies under Anheuser-Busch. But hey, we're in the internet age. All you got to do is go out there and look on the internet. And you can actually find out the other brands under Anheuser-Busch. But anyway, it goes on here. And as a result of overwhelmingly negative feedback, the company is, quote, allegedly pausing its marketing efforts and scrambling to implement a more robust process for evaluating future influencer partnerships, according to the report. Yeah. They're pausing all of these partnerships now because now they're seeing the light that Dylan Mulvaney, a biological man, is destroying the brand. People have no respect. Now, Kid Rock is a big time name, and he went viral and shot up his Bud Light. More people like him, people with a much bigger reach than us. I mean, we're very, very small over here. YouTube, what do we have here? About 55,000 subs. Also, sports channel is about to hit 200,000 subscribers over there. But, we're small. But we're calling this stuff out all the time. Just imagine, guys, that we had a much, much bigger reach to get to people. That's why I believe you need more Kid Rocks out there bringing attention to this stuff. Telling people you need to reject because these companies, they hate your guts. Let's go on. Despite the apparent internal strife, the company initially defended its partnership with Mulvaney. It described it as an effort to authentically connect with more audiences across various demographics and passion points. But thing is, how many trans people out there are actually in your target market? I mean, when you talk about Bud Light, you're talking about a whole bunch of people that go to sports games. And by the way, MLB, for example, they've actually extended beer sales into the 8th inning because the games are now shorter. So that's an opportunity for more business right there. Dylan Mulvaney really isn't into Bud Light. Dylan Mulvaney said that he didn't even drink, if I'm not mistaken. And the whole Bud Light thing had a lot to do with March Madness. Dylan Mulvaney even said, I don't even know what March Madness is. but they gave this person a partnership. Wow. The Daily Wire again quoted a source who believed that, quote, a low-level marketing staffer made the decision. Wow. Yeah, that low-level marketing person, that staffer, yeah, I believe that upper management needs to have a conversation with this person. To me, this is a fireable offense right here. This thing is backfiring right here. And if everything holds, man, this could actually be the end of Bud Light. Because that amount of money being lost this fast, you keep that up, they'll be out of business. Quote, no one at a senior level was aware this was happening, said the source. Some low-level marketing staffer who helps manage the hundreds of influencer engagements they do must have thought it was no big deal. Obviously it was. And it's a shame because they have a well-earned reputation for just being America's beer, not a political company. It was a mistake. Yeah, this was definitely a political move right here by Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. And they actually tried to defend this. Now, if you want to say the upper management didn't know, okay, that's one thing, even though they should have been in the know. But the company came out and defended this. That's a problem right here. That mistake will seemingly lead it to reconfigure its influencer partnership efforts to avoid controversial figures like Mulvaney. Publicly, however, its vice president of marketing has explained that her mandate was to change the company's frat guy image. Yeah, she needs to be gone too. You higher level executives over there? Yeah, this kind of people that are pushing this propaganda out there. This kind of person is bad for your company. But it may be too late because the damage is already done. They hate men over there. They hate the men that actually drink that beer. The company said that. Yeah, they said that. That woman, the VP of marketing, wanted to change the quote-unquote frat guy image. But yet they're okay with Dylan Mulvaney, who doesn't even want to identify as a man, even though he is a man. Unbelievable, guys. But this is what happens, man, when you're pushing propaganda out there. We're fighting back. We need to continue to fight back. I believe that these companies, man, they're listening to progressives. And I don't believe that progressives actually are the norm here in America. Are they on the rise? Yeah, they're on the rise. And it's mainly because these leftists, they are just so vocal. Whereas people on the right, they're not as vocal. You know, when people on the right actually try to fight back, they call people on the right racist. Look what they're doing with Trump. Trump is actually trying to fight back against the woke. Ron DeSantis too. But when they actually do that, the leftists call them racists. I mean, they're trying to make this right here. You see this picture right here, Dylan Mulvaney. They're trying to make this the norm. And they're not just stopping here, guys. Because look at this here. They're trying to push drag shows into schools. Yeah, this is in Canada right here. But I'm pretty sure it's happening right here in the U.S. Because we've heard of a drag queen story hour. They're actually trying to go into schools and have drag shows for high school students. Why would you actually take time out of the day to have a grown man dressing up like a woman, dancing sexually for children? Why would you do this? But however, the kids, and I told you guys they're coming for the kids in Canada, these Canadian students are fighting back. Look here. Canadian students hold large protests over high schools hosting of a drag queen event. Now, I believe they said that it wasn't actually required that these students actually attend. If they don't want to go, they can go to the cafeteria. So these students are going to go to the cafeteria and waste time because this school wants to promote drag queens. What are they going to be learning in the cafeteria? Nothing. It is a waste of time. But this is what the left is doing. They care more about propaganda. And I'm glad that these young students here in Canada, if I'm not mistaken here, I believe this, this says Toronto right here. Yeah, York Mills Collegiate Institute in Toronto. The high school decided to host a drag show for its students. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're trying to terraform your kids into this. This is grooming. This is grooming. You know, it's the same with Bud Light here. This is grooming too. Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, they're grooming. They are grooming. This is what they want, man. And we need to fight back. We need to keep up this fight. And look here, guys, that seems to be a bunch of students right there. They're actually rejecting this stuff. But the woke left wants you to believe that they are on the right side of history. Well, so far, the sales of Bud Light, after the Dylan Mulvaney thing, says no, you're not on the right side of history. Know your market. And stop pushing this on kids. Stop doing it. I mean, even the VP of marketing, it seems like she's actually trying to get more younger people to drink. Now, of course, she's supposed to be 21 to drink. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how many. There's probably a bunch of kids under 21 actually doing it too. You know, I was in college. I've seen it myself. But that's besides the point right there. Protests do work. Now, I don't know if this, as far as this drag show, I don't know if it actually went on or not. I don't. But I'm willing to bet if enough of these kids continue to fight, this will end. This will end. Maybe, just maybe, you know, the news will get out about the students protesting this drag show here, and then you'll see more students do it in another school, then another, then another, then another, and it'll stop. Now, I did videos on the sports channel. We've done videos on the sports channel where the NHL was hosting all of these drag events. And one player came out and said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be a part of these drag events or what do they have it? Pride nights. That's what it was. Pride nights. Because of my religion. And then what happened? You had another player come out and do the same. Then another. Then another. And it got to the point to where the NHL said, hey, we may just eliminate all these pride nights. So this is why you actually have to keep boycotting woke light. Because you do this long term, all these other companies, they'll think twice before going down this woke path. They must pay the price. Do not relent. Don't go out there and buy Bud Light in 2 months. Make them suffer. Even if they actually come out and apologize, don't go out there and buy Bud Light. Make them suffer. There's some people here on YouTube that said once they apologize, hey, I'll go out and buy it. No. Because what they're going to do is they're going to apologize and people are going to go out and buy it. And guess what? They're going to do it again. I believe that Bud Light, even if they came out and apologized, they'll do something again. It may not be like this. They'll do something else to disrespect their customer base. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.